What's going on? What's going on? What it do? 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 Listen, I know I might be late, but I told y'all that I was telling everybody that the Seattle Seahawks was gonna win that Super Bowl, and they came out victorious. They came out victorious, and I told people that. I told people that from the beginning that they were going to win the Super Bowl. Um, for anybody that thought differently, honestly, was sadly mistaken because they came out and showed everybody that they could get the job done. But I knew once they had beat LA, once they had beat the Rams, Matthew Stafford and all of them already knew they was going to win. Like it was no other, you know what I'm saying? Like it was no other way around it. I already knew from the jump that they were going to win. Now, a lot of people, I noticed a lot of people in the beginning was rooting for New England, but I think even with the head coach, not the, well, the head coach, but he just got a lot of work to do. I think he was unprepared. He didn't realize the stage he was playing on. Like this is the big leagues. You could tell he wasn't ready. You just see it in his eyes. Like, but far as the Super Bowl going down as one of the best ones, it definitely is not going to be one of the best ones. My favorite one will have to be when it was New England versus the Falcons, 2017 Super Bowl. Um, and that was what, Super Bowl like 52. That was a show. Last night it was a bunch of field goals. Both teams didn't score until later in the game. I knew they was going to win from the very beginning. I knew they was going to win hands down. I knew the Seattle Seahawks was going to win. So everybody that put money on everybody that had money on New England, I know is definitely feeling some type of way at this point in time. You know, I know it was probably a lot of mad people that put their money on New England, but New England couldn't get the job done. This is not the same New England when it was Brady and Rob, and you know what I mean. This is a whole new different. It's a whole new different feel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But New England, they still got a lot of work to do. You know, Seattle just was the better team, and the defense is what won. The defense beat is what beat them. The defense is who held that team over all the way through from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? The better team just won. I seen Stephon Diggs, which is Cardi B boyfriend. He was looking very emotional, hurt, because I'm quite sure he thought and felt, of course, that he was going to win. They couldn't get the job done. New England couldn't get the job done. Like I said, this is not the same New England that was, catered to Tom Brady. This is not the same New England team that was winning back-to-back Super Bowl championships. This is not that. You know what I'm saying? So I figured that they was gonna lose. They just had the eye of the tiger, you know what I'm saying, drive about them. And they played, even when they played against the Rams, they played like they was real hungry. You know what I'm saying? They played, they was hungry for it. They wasn't, even though it started with a lot of field goals, but they played way better. They played way better than they played way better than New England could ever play. Point blank period. Like that was a hell of a game. I think it was a tremendous game, but you know, better better luck next time. Better luck next time. So for all the people that had money on New England to win, sorry, you lost your money. You're not getting it back. New England couldn't get the job done. That coach and that the coach and the quarterback, they need a lot of work to be done. You know what I'm saying? They need a lot of work. They need a whole lot of work. How did y'all feel about the halftime show? How did y'all feel about the halftime show with Bad Bunny? How did y'all feel about that? Because it's been a lot of people. Um, it's a lot of mixed reviews. You said it was great. It's a lot of people that saying that they didn't like it. It's also people that was rocking with Kid Rock halftime show. Um, of course, a lot of those people rock with him, and Trump was saying that his halftime show was much better than the Bad Bunny uh, performance. I think, for what it's worth, it was still a good show. You know what I mean? People should have just turned down the volume or should have turned it on something else. But I do feel like it could have been better. But that's how it is when it's a lot of politics and a lot of it's just big business. The Super Bowl is big business. Anytime they make commercials strictly for the Super Bowl that tell you it's big business. It's big business. So, you know, um, I think it was good for what it was worth, but it could have been better. They could have got, it's multiple people they could have got, but due to the fact that the country is going through what is going through with the whole ISIS situation, it was just it was basically time for it. They did it at the right time. I think last year it wouldn't it would have been looked at like a little differently, but due to the fact that everything has been going on in the world, in society, that's what it is. But I feel like the Super Bowl was definitely not one of the best Super Bowls. It was just defense for the Seahawks won that Super Bowl, and they had the quarterback locked down the whole Super Bowl. They had the quarterback on lockdown. He couldn't do anything. But I want to get into this Cat Williams interview. He got an interview. I see Big Boy TV been doing a lot of recent interviews, more interviews. I see more in-depth interviews. This Cat Williams interview, I believe, it just came out. Yeah, so I definitely want to see what he's talking about on here. I feel like Cat Williams always gives some good interviews, so I'm gonna definitely go ahead and get into it. Let's see what Cat is talking about.
From movies like Friday After Next to television shows like My Wife and Kids to the roast of Flavor Flav, and who could forget his appearance on Club Shay Shay. When he said, "Come on, Cat,"
What's going on?
he's like, "Man, nobody's going to want to do my show." Do you know what you told him?
I told him lots of people.
That's what he said. Cat Williams and his unapologetic comedy style has us constantly laughing and thinking. It's 2026 now, and Cat Williams is releasing his new Netflix special, The Last Report. And he sat down with me for a new episode of Big Boys Off Air. So grab
Big
yourself a
boy off
drink,
air.
some smoke, however you get down, maybe some popcorn. This is Big Boys Off Air, Cat Williams.
That's the name of the show?
I'm not scared to say nothing.
I know that.
I'll say it.
Let's see what he's talking about. Let's see. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Let's start at the beginning.
That's not the beginning. Yes.
Hey man, so we here at a new year. And
Mhm.
do you do resolutions or anything like that? Or you just kind of don't do that stuff?
I do weekly. Like I'm constantly in the midst of a resolution.
You working on something right now?
At all times, I'm trying to refine this thing, and just get better. And that's where being, messed up is so helpful because you got so much, I got so much to fix. Like, this is wonderful.
Dude, there's no such thing called perfect, huh? Or when you say like, no, I'm done. I'm fine now.
Yeah. It's pretty perfect where it is right now.
Right. But you also know, Cat, how to appear and disappear.
Why is Big Boy talking so low like that though?
To appear
Like,
and disappear.
As a hunter, it's part of how it goes. Is that the prey has to be given enough time to relax and to feel like it's okay.
Come back
They
out.
can maybe say something, do something, and
But talking with you also, Cat, are you aware of everything? And the reason why I ask you that is, even though if you know how to appear and disappear, right?
why is he talking so low though,
It
y'all?
seems like you
Why is
still
Big Boy talking so low? He's like a little alien,
From the conversation that we had before we sat
like a
down.
little, like
that's part of the
a human alien.
disappearance. Like I'm saying, I'm not disappearing to twiddle my thumbs. I'm disappearing to do the behind the scenes work, the inner work, the shadow work necessary to pull off what it is I'm trying to pull off against at times supernatural competition. So, we stay in the gym.
When you say it's supernatural, but there's certain things, man, that you you created a path that I feel is a blueprint to the way a lot of people do things now. Because when we first sat down, probably 2 decades ago,
Easy.
the world was who's booking you, where you going, what production company you're with, who's doing your shows, and now we've seen the business move in a whole different direction. And you were already doing that, where when your shows went off, your name appeared in the credits, not just as a person, as a talent, but you made sure that either you put up your own money, executive producer.
So I guess this is gonna be Cat Williams' last stand up, so to speak. The last of the last. It's gonna be his, you know what I'm saying, his last. I've been hearing about that though, like this supposed to be his last stand up special. He wanna start working more behind the scenes. I guess like film directing or producing or something like that. That'd be cool for him.
Why was that important to you years ago?
My God is just so faithful. Like I already knew, like you know how they say know your worth? Like I knew it. I knew my actual worth. And it can be a little more depressing if that's the case, if you don't achieve it. But I had long faith. And 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 I believed in the product. I believed in the conversation that was being had. So to have paid for, produced, did all 12 of the first specials like that, that's because like this is my product. Like this is the best thing about me here that I'm selling. So that's an easy sell. Because I'm at least, if nothing else, I'm trying my best.
Yeah. But you know, we get this thing when everybody's looking to the right.
Mm-hmm.
There's few that come from the left. And you're one of those that kind of, we're all looking to the right, you came from the left. Even when I fast forward to where we are now.
Why is he talking so low though?
32 for me.
Like he's.
And
I don't understand. I don't.
years
I
ago,
don't. I don't understand why Big Boy is talking to him so low. Like his pitch is like super low. Like why is man nigga speak up straight up? Like why is he talking to him so low? I don't get that.
Man, they doing a podcast because they can't get a radio show. You know what I'm saying? Podcast.
Like I don't understand like why Big Boy is speaking to him so low.
It's the podcast that's, you know, podcasts is making money. Podcasts are leading the way. Aside from, you know, some of us great radio personalities, but that's one of the things too. And the reason why I bring that up is
because podcast is leading the way. Duh, you know what it is. Like I don't understand why Big Boy said that. Like, do he not see all these podcasts? Do he not see all of this that's going on? Podcasts are leading the way. That was like the wrong thing to say.
at one point you were probably looking to others as, man, what is he doing, man? He might be
Get them likes up, hit that like button.
Any marquee. Were you feeling that early on when people thought like, did they feel you couldn't get the deal, or why you're not with such and such?
I don't know, Big. All I've ever done is win.
Right.
All I ever done was win.
And, you know, unfortunately, at times, that requires you to take some punches, you know, for people to think, oh, he's losing. And then you win. It's a wonderful existence.
Do you do things to prove Cat Williams right, or do you do things to kind of prove others wrong?
It's a great question.
You ever been asked that before?
No, never. No. And that is all of the questions thus far. Like, you're really great at what you do. That's
loyal, love,
that's why
passion.
I'm here. But, like, I care what people think.
What's going on?
Only in the past tense. So
Subscribe
I
to the
about
channel. Hit that like button for me.
what
Get
I've
them
already
likes
done.
up.
I wouldn't allow them to influence what I'm going to do next. And
Make sure y'all go
I don't
check
have to
out
prove anything to
my Uncasa interview.
I'm just trying to do the best job that I can do, however it goes.
Are you critical in your own work?
Yeah, yes, but not overly. Like, I give myself enough room to make mistakes because I know I'm not perfect. And I've written these 14 hours of stand-up comedy. So it's great for me to even be in the position. I clearly know when I did a 8 instead of a 10, but I'm going for a 10 every time.
What keeps you on the road?
He's going for a 10 every time.
Tour that's going out. Like, what keeps you on fire? What keeps you want to get in front of people when it's so easy to kind of like mail it in? And you're in a position where you're in competition with yourself. You know what I'm saying? But what keeps you to where you say, man, I need to get back out there. I need to get on the road.
The ticket sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm still in the same conversation, you know, that one conversation. Since I started stand-up, I'm still in that conversation. So every time they see me, I'm just picking up on that conversation that, we last had, and now, you know, and it's just been an honor because I really, whether I'm the best comedian in the world is debatable. Like, I don't even make it on some list of top 25, but to the people that like me, there's nothing like me. And so I bear that in mind at all times, and I'm always trying to give them the best experience possible if they come out and see me. Or if I'm in a movie part that is only 14 lines, I'm just trying to figure out how do I make this 14 lines resonate to somebody, you know? Because
I know very well.
I'm just thankful to have this as a job, you know?
Did you know when you came, because of course people come out to so-called Hollywood because it's the dream. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you came out to Los Angeles,
Yeah.
did you know that, because for one, we're here and it's hard to penetrate Hollywood anyway. You say if you give me a few lines, you're gonna make it your own.
Right.
And we've seen that with you time and time again where you don't even have to be the star cat, but you can, people will walk out and be like, man, you fucking
This
killed it.
is
When
child
we leave home
trafficking
plate to come here, there's absolutely no turning back for you. Did you know that this was gonna happen for you?
Only the good part.
it's only the good part.
I knew all the good parts were gonna happen.
So what bad stuff has
That's what
happened?
faith is about. Like, I can remember being places and just being like, you have no idea who you just walked past, ma'am.
Oh shit.
You know? Just because I believed, you know? And I had been in a lifelong conversation with God about this. And in my dreams, I could see people clapping. I just didn't know what it was I was doing, you know? So I just wanted to find my purpose. And then, bam, I found stand up. And so,
Let me tell you what's crazy about that, man, is with us growing up, it's my mom, well, rest in peace to my mom, and 7 kids, right? Yeah. And there was hardships, there was bouts of homelessness and stuff like that, right? And I remember we were living in a motel, and I told my mom, I said, Mom, I said, one day I'm gonna buy you a house, so you'll never be addicted again, right? And she looked at me, Pat, and she said, I know you will. She could have said anything like, you know, we got rent, the daily, please, Kurt, stop this. You know what I'm saying? It's real things going on.
right.
But when she said, I know you will, it put something in me.
Yeah.
And I would tell my partners, my friends, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna be famous. I would literally sit down and write autographs. And it would be like, for some reason, I always said best wishes. It would be like to Cat Williams, best wishes, and it'd be Kurt, right?
Right.
And so from that point on, even when my friends told me, they said, man, if you make it, I would always say when. Like, I
Right.
knew that I was gonna make it. Then there's life shit that happens where, you know, kind of, you know, lose a little bit, but your eyes are very focused. So I understand what you're talking about when you say somebody walked past you, you're like, you don't even know who you just walked past.
Right.
And as long as you believe it, then you know, and I know it sounds cheesy when people say, oh, you believe it, you can achieve it. But that's some of the realest shit in the world, bro. Like, if you believe it, like, you could really achieve it. And I feel like
No,
you're
that's
the
real
one that
shit.
didn't sacrifice certain shit to get to where you are today.
No, but you do want to be in a position where they want you to. You see?
Right.
You want to be able to tell Diddy no. You see?
Oh man, there he go. There he go. He up there talking about you want to be able to tell Diddy no. You know what I'm saying? Now that's something they're gonna be talking about now. The fact that, you know, he definitely been to some of those parties with Diddy and all of that. I think he's seen. I think Cat have seen a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I think he have seen a whole lot because he's been in the business for many, many years. He probably done seen men making out with other men and women, well, that's cool, but men making out with other men, you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of other stuff. So, yeah.
Piece of shit.
That's the position you want to be in.
Right.
In the room, you want to get all the way as far as your jurisdiction will allow you to go to be like, so say again now.
What we doing? No.
Right.
Do you think you make people nervous?
Not dumb people.
Mm.
I don't make. Yeah. I'm saying anybody that would be nervous around me, that's very specific. But I'm saying, make no mistake, I'm a predator.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're doing when you sit down? Now, I heard that you're only going to do probably 6 podcasts or 6 interviews. And then are you done with having these conversations, or was that?
No, this is it. This is it.
This one?
Yeah, this is the last one.
This is it? No. And don't tell me this shit, then you pop up somewhere else and you're like, wait, hold on, no. This was it. So this is it.
I meant for me and you.
Right. This is our last one.
Right.
So this is our last one. But you know what's crazy, dude, is that you're very peculiar. You know who you want to talk to. And that's why when it came back and it was like, oh man, Cat. Bro, literally, I had a doctor's appointment today that I can't get back in until like March, especially this flew out here. I was like, man, you got to fly that motherfucker back to the house because I need to sit down and have this conversation.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to think of something.
Right. And the reason why I ask you, man, are people afraid of him? Because
Is they in a library or something? Because why he's talking so low?
some people have.
I don't understand.
Like,
I don't get it.
Losing such and such deal. You're not worried about losing a part. You're not, so you don't have the tie downs that some people have. How freeing is that it's not about saying something, but knowing that you can't say or do what you feel like you want to do. From a guy that has a contract with IO.
I'm a public official. That just applies to me. It just means I try to stick as close to the center as I possibly can so that I can make the observations of the left and the right efficiently.
So is Cat Williams on a tour?
That's what you said is what we just allow them to say so that they'll feel better and go back to work. There's nobody's contract that precludes them from telling the truth. Most of them are liars and bums, and that's why they behave as they do.
Oh, wow.
I just think it.
There he go again, y'all. You hear what he just said? Y'all heard what he just said. Most people in that circle, basically what he's talking about is liars. He said liars and bums. Well, at least for the ones he mentioned on Club Shay Shay. So basically he letting people know, like, yeah, he said liars and bums.
Yeah, clear that I'm free to, go past whatever the ramifications are afterwards, only because I believe that whatever it was that I said about you, no matter how harsh it was also the truth. Right. So you can spend time barking back at me or you can fix it. Don't be mad at the ref. Okay? You travel.
Right. And then when you did Club Shay Shay, we haven't talked since then, even before then or after.
Right.
When he said, "Come on, Cat," and he was like, "Man, nobody's going to want to do my show." Do you remember what you told him?
I told him lots of people were.
You said they're all coming.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, did you know when you sat down that that was going to be one of the biggest viewed podcast YouTube episodes with 90 plus million and counting?
I knew that I could make the most out of the opportunity. And that
That's real though. That's real because
if I did it correctly,
even to this day, that episode that he did with Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay, is still Shannon Sharp biggest guest on his show, even to this day. I mean, that wasn't that long ago, but even now, even, you know what I'm saying, even with everybody that has came on after Cat Williams, he still hold the title, so he did something right.
based upon the research that I had done on what makes the algorithm work, I had determined that you had to do this particular thing 17 times consecutively, and it will require every time the person watching went, "That's not true." It would have to mean that they would pause it and then go check real quick and then come back. It required a lot, but it was written to do the maximum amount of damage possible, and then it was scaled back, and the knockout punches were taken out, just leaving the jabs, so that whoever I talked about, I didn't completely blow their spot up, but I did pull their coattail. Because when you think about it, like, they're not gonna believe that you're the mafia don unless you go in the room, take out all 5 families at once, and walk out, and then walk around unscathed afterwards. Like, that's really the only way anybody will believe it. Otherwise, it would just.
And so when we saw those were
So he said he the boss, like he the,
Yeah.
hey, man, you know
of
what's
this
wrong
shit.
about that shit? I had like nothing with you. No beef, no nothing. I watched that motherfucker and I was like, shit. I'm sitting up here like, man, did he get in contact with my ex or what the fuck? You know, like, I think a lot of people was on, and I, you know, I mean, I go home to my wife, all kind of shit, but I'm like, everybody was watching that shit like, what's next? And the crazy shit about it too, Kat, I don't know, you didn't have a tour. You're always doing something, but there was no promotion. Like, even when I went to your social media, right? Usually when somebody break the internet or somebody got all these views, they got clips on their
That lets
pages,
you know he was serious.
They got some agenda, like, yeah, come check me out. Y'all didn't see nothing. Wait till you come and see such and such tour. I went to your page, Kat. It was nothing.
I remember you telling Summer Walker.
Yeah, it was nothing. And you see, even with Summer Walker, I don't even remember that, right? That's why I told you hear everything. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Well, shit, you brought back the Summer Walker shit, so that's not allegedly.
Right.
But yeah, it was like you were promoting nothing.
Those are the flexes that you can make if you're not called and paid for. You can do stuff like that, you know? And it keeps it clear, you know? Because I thought it was necessary and that it would in time be beneficial as well. And thankfully, that's how it turned out. Yeah.
Did anybody catch a stray?
Say again?
Did anybody catch a stray bully?
No, sir. No, there are no strays.
Anything that you said that you felt like, damn, that you regretted?
Hell no.
I often regretted taking the headshots off, but you know, but again, this is probably 2 years later, we're still discussing it, you know, and that as a predator, like that's the most you can ask for. Like, if we have an altercation and you walk different for the rest of your life, like that's something too, you know. Like if you never recover, a long way. Yeah, we like that, right? Because on the righteous side of things, we are doing better at every turn. Like the cup is literally running over to where it's just a mess now. Like it's embarrassing. And meanwhile, they cannot prosper even in delusion. Like it's terrible out there for this group.
Why was that necessary?
As a world, we're in a more truth-loving space right now, you know?
We're in a truth-loving space right now.
Mm-hmm.
How so?
People want to know the truth,
Okay.
no matter what we're talking
I got
about.
you.
Like they
I got
no
you.
longer do they want to see the best actor or the best. They want the most authentic experience possible, to the point where people that are special needs and on the spectrum are just as famous as everybody else, because you can trust them, you know, like they're great people.
Do you look at it? Yeah, because your presence is all over social media by others. But are you on social media? Do you look at anything?
Sounds like a trap question.
No, shit, it wasn't nothing behind that. That seemed like a trap ass fucking answer that you just
That
gave.
is a trap
You're
question.
on my Wi-Fi, so I don't know what you mean. You mean the porn service? Yeah.
Hey man, how do you write and how do you create? Because there's a lot of shit that's going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
And you're always in tune with what's going on in the world. Now,
Okay.
with the new tour that's going out, and I know you guys just did, like the IE. What does this new material consist of? When the world, I feel like the world does need laughter, but we need truth as well. And I think you deliver that extremely well.
Oh, thank you.
What does that, how much do you look at and what's going on in the world right now?
All of it. Yeah. I look at as much of it as I possibly can. But in this particular tour, I'm not talking about any of that. Because my fans know that even if I just put a special out when I come to your city, I'm not doing whatever that was. I'm doing a whole different conversation. So this particular tour, I only talk about me, which is kind of new. You know?
Is it hard to talk about yourself too, though? Because people say some of the hardest work is playing yourself, being yourself. And not that that's not real, but to get up on stage and where you become the material. What do the stories consist of?
No, I love me. I'm very, very proud of myself. Yeah, so no, I don't. I didn't look at failure like that, you know. I just looked at a failure as something that it took to get to the win, you know. So I compartmentalized things where it was healthy for me mentally, and so on all of these specials, I just talked about the world around me, but never, you know, what makes me who I am. So that's what I'm sharing. So.
This is year 32 for me in radio. And there is a staying power with what we do. And somebody always trying to, you know, who's the next guy, whatever that may be. With you, what do you feel your staying power, your strength is to be able to still pick up a microphone and still sell out exactly these bigger venues as well to this day?
I'm not sure what the question was, but thank you.
Right.
That's very nice of you
I'm
to
just saying,
say.
what do you think
But
that staying power is? Especially, bro, when we're in a position where everybody's fickle, everybody want a new champion, you know, nothing lasts.
as a piece of business advice, have the best product that you could possibly have, right? And then be as consistent as you can with that. You know what I mean? So no matter where you were on your journey of Cat Williams, like I've been 5'5" the whole time. You know what I mean? I've been the same. I, I, I think differently. I process things differently. Um, and I deliver things differently. But it's at least authentically this guy. So
All right,
that's
let me go to
what
something else. You know
longevity
what I'm saying?
is about.
Uh,
Is not being able to somehow control the
yeah,
weather,
let me go to
but
something else. Let me see.
doing your best at its lowest, and then when you get
Let me see. That interview kind of stale. What the fuck? Surviving on rats. Market rats. These people eat any fucking thing. Like, this is crazy. Oh, let's see. Look at this shit. Like,
The processing that goes down in this village that supposedly has them tasting amazing. How often are you going to
oh
eat
hell
that?
no.
But how can a creature renowned for spreading disease and parasites even be safe to eat, let alone
I'm not messing with none of that.
Well, what the hell? Why?
I'm not messing with none of that at all.
In such high demand that they literally both import them and export them. Let's find out.
Oh
Every one
no.
of these rats is trapped in the wild, along rice field banks. It's something I've experienced firsthand hunting with my mentor, Anhuan. The process is pretty simple, but it is effective. Hunters like Anhuan create a huge amount of bamboo spring-loaded rat snares. These are then placed throughout the seemingly endless rice fields over any and all of the nest entrances. So we are sort of working against the clock here, people. Light is fading and also rain is coming in. The general idea is this: we have a bamboo snare with a piece of rubber at the top. There's a fair bit of
Oh, let me
sort of
see.
really load these up.
Let's check out this one. They got another one.
Really load these up. Oh my god. I have no idea how this works. Oh, here we go. I'm getting professional help.
They got another one on
Three
here.
goes in the bottom and then this goes underneath. Got it. Up and to the bottom of the loop.
The world's scariest meat. What the fuck? That's crazy. The world's scariest meat.
That's a rat
Meat market.
It's kind of like sick addiction. Jungle rat here in Sulawesi is a huge, huge thing. But we're going to venture a little bit deeper into this market, see what else we can find. The second you step in, it is just final boss of extreme food culture. I've never seen anything quite like it. This is pure madness. Even Indonesians from outside this region are just downright terrified of this place. It is known to have everything you can imagine. Cats, dogs, rats, pythons, and endless numbers of bats.
Oh man.
Guys, I don't know if any of this ever makes it onto YouTube. And what appeals to me is that
What
this
the?
isn't about some kind of crazy shock value. It's not some weird medical claim that's driving the appeal. It's not novelty for tourists. It's none of that. This is what people eat here for Christmas dinner. In Domahan, for Christmas, you eat like bat?
Yeah, we do.
Like that's the specialty.
Correct.
See, all of that over there is normal.
It's
Like,
just
that's
completely
crazy.
insane, as extreme. It's just everyday Minahasan culture. It's part of the tradition here that just never really modernized. So why does this still exist? The wing is the best bit. That's
It's
crazy.
the best bit.
That's crazy.
In my
That they over there
family,
eating like that.
You know, fights for the wings. Yeah, no kidding.
Here's my plan. we're going to check out a few of these markets to see if the food is actually mainstream or if these are just a few fringe stores that are pushing this narrative on the rest of the world.
Let me ask y'all, would y'all eat some of that stuff? You know what I'm saying? Over there in them different countries. It look like you might be in Thailand somewhere, but would y'all eat some of that? Some of y'all probably
Of
would.
course, by trying this stuff out at a local restaurant. Check it out, see if the locals are eating it or if, I'm the only one there. And finally, we've got to head out to the source. We've got to trek into the jungle, try and find some locals to take us on a true hunt and see if we can see how this stuff goes down. Sulawesi style.
It is pretty thick Sulawesi jungle, and for just some tiny ass little rats, it is wild.
Indonesia.
We're about to head to the retail of bats. 4 python bats frogs. Oh. Hello! They're skewered on sticks like some kind of popsicle from hell. What an entrance to a market. We didn't even get there yet. We just saw this roadside guy just hanging out here.
Man.
Have bat blood dripping all over my hands. But if you ask me, that is a good start to the morning. Let's go.
Wow.
Good morning, people. We are in the Tamahon market, which is well known or has the reputation of being one of the craziest meat markets in Asia. I got over there so far.
It's a meat market in Asia.
Definitely the meat section.
I wonder is it South Asia?
When you hit an Asian market. Crazy. That did not take long. As soon as we hit the corner of the market, there are some barking down roasting dogs. There's pigs everywhere. There's a dude carrying around a tray of. Is that rats or squirrels? That's rats? Wow. If you guys know anything about me, I'm very much a rat fan. I don't know why it's become this kind of like sick addiction. Jungle rat here in Sulawesi is a huge, huge thing. But we're going to venture a little bit deeper into this market.
Oh, no, that's crazy.
The second you step in, it is just absolute sensory overload. There's not 1 or 2 stores here. Every vendor is just stacked with jungle fare. But one thing mainly
that's some other shit.
Bats. They are everywhere. They're stacked on trays, they're hanging on hooks. Vendors are flapping them about to try and attract customers. Oh my God, guys, I don't think I've ever seen a market like this. This is pure and utter madness. It's just like, we are 2 steps in. I thought I'd have to hunt down the exotic meat, but this is like next level. And the sight is wild. The smell is what really brands it. Just burning the air, charred skin, blow torches, firing up the second an order lands. We have huge fibers hanging from the structure. The boar is everywhere. Obviously, not that common in Indonesia. I'm so used to not finding pork in Indonesia at all, but this is a Christian area, not Muslim, so there's plenty of wild boar everywhere, just like hair on, and wow, there's some big bats right here. That's wild. Oh, wow. Alright guys, that, I've got to admit, is kind of gnarly. Just the texture, the kind of wetness on my skin, the rubbery, the like mini claws that are biting into my hands, rubbery nature of it. It is just like one ugly looking creature. I guess we do like the local
That's
food.
crazy.
A couple of these bad boys. We gotta cook
And that's not even illegal over there. That's the thing. Like, all of that stuff is legal. None of that is illegal. And that's how they really giving it up over there. I'm not messing with none of it.
He's taking off the wings. I think he's going to give it a quick blowtorch so that it ends up a bit more like the guys hanging out down here. The hair singed right off the blow. Okay, it seems to be a pretty specific set of features that we roasted down, like the claws, like the hair right off the body. What we have now
You know what?
is
I
like
might not should be showing this on live,
and then
brother.
it's broken down.
I should
Shoulders
not
cut,
be showing
chest
this on
right
live.
open.
Probably not.
What's left is hacked into chunks, ready for the pot. kind of lovely assortment of fat parts ready to roll. Alright, thank you. We got a salty foam. Yes. Oh, thank you, sir. One package of fat ready to go. This looks like a nondescript house in the middle of Sulawesi, but in fact, it is a restaurant. And inside, they have some of their local specialty dishes. This is like a common local eatery. It's not like you got to go to someone's backyard who cooks up special Chinese medicine infused, whatever, like you might find bad and cobra done in Jakarta. Here, it's a staple. So we're going to check out how it's done right now. Let's go. The Minahasan people are devout Christian, and it is absolutely everywhere you look. You walk into a restaurant even, and you can just feel it everywhere. There's crucifixes, verses on the wall, and just this faith is woven into this space. In my mind, that's kind of starkly juxtaposed against what is on the menu. It's not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just not what I usually associate with sort of really traditional Christian meals. Either way, the menu is just straight up jungle fare. There's bats, pythons, dogs, you name it, and the place is just packed. Locals are pulling up, lining up at the counter and ordering canteen style like it's just another weekday lunch spot. They're like, I'll take a bit of cat, a bit of dog, some of that python, a bat, please. It is kind of wild. And out back, the cook is already in his groove. I hand him the bat, and he is more than happy to show us how this is done from scratch. That first gets cubed, and I'm talking just straight up cubed. Everything is going in this thing. Organs, intestines, the hairy ears, those pea-infused wings and skin, the whole lot.
Some people, they eat with the guts.
Oh, really?
There's like a medicine.
Wow, with the guts in the bat.
Yeah. Obat apa? Oh, asthma. Asthma medicine. For the traditional remedy, they will get the guts out and the nose.
Let me see something else.
It's 29, it's 39.
Let's look at something else.
Still got the CD player.
Let me look at something else.
Ooh, and let me show you though. This 29, this 39. Ooh.
Hey, we still got the CD players. Oh, the CD's in there. Let's see the CD's in there.
KLD. Wow.
Man, this is one of his worst albums. Like this is like I feel like this new J. Cole album. It's just the new J. Cole album. It's not like the old, and everybody growing their music and stuff like that. But I just think this new J. Cole album wasn't good as I thought it would have been. I thought the new J. Cole album would have been way better than it was anticipated. Like this new J. Cole album is just, I don't know, it's definitely different, to say the least.
That's on my phone and everything. Ooh, trying to. Wait, why a second? Hey, Mike. Oh! Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Damn, thank you, bro. You're my first sale. Yeah, you did it. I got a sale. Hey, you want me to email you or text you a receipt? No receipt? What's up, man? Hey, you fuck with it? Ooh. Would you like me to text or email your receipt? Ooh, 3 sales.
He really going around selling his album though. Like you still gotta respect the hustle. Like he's still going around selling CDs. Like
hooked up. You know, he's a regular dude, man, from Fayetteville, North Carolina. We had to step out real quick. I was in here in the middle of doing this. I had to go shake hands, tell him that Fall Off album was a classic.
I won't call it a classic, buddy, but I definitely, you know, understand.
Boom. Would you like this?
CDs, bro. I just playing around.
That's dope, though. I wonder will he come here to my city. This the clip that was on YouTube.
Thank y'all, but hey, thank y'all. So listen, all y'all that's here, because they coming right now, they wild. Y'all gotta be calm. If we can sort this shit out, I swear to God, I'll walk down the line and give everybody a picture. But if y'all chill, they coming over here, they'll chill. Y'all gotta chill. But if y'all hype, they gonna come over here like y'all don't even know. We don't want that. First thing we wanna do, go to the most open space we can, slowly, calmly. How far is that? You go, hey, I'm following y'all.
Everything the niggas is doing, that was whole. Yeah, bro.
I told this nigga not to tweet this shit. I was sitting in the car. Yo, that's exactly what it was. I'm like, yo, this nigga over there begging, bitch. Please listen to me. You a fool, boy. They listen though, bro.
Bro, they did. Bro, they did a great job.
Yo, we low-key should have had Wyatt filming,
bro.
Yo, nah, bro.
Dang, he had him out there like that. Then he really got the people out there though. On just some, you know what I'm saying? He really had the people out there just on some humble, you know, pull up type of situation.
They so behaved too. The second I get out and start talking, everybody's gonna crowd around wherever I am, and this circle's gonna become more intense. Then now I gotta do the exact same thing that I did earlier to like 10 times the people that was there even earlier. Where I gotta go, yo, I ain't got a microphone.
Now you got cops and stuff that's gonna push them back.
I'm not worried. Yeah.
They're gonna be able to.
I ain't worried about me. I'm worried about everybody's
I know.
safety. You know what I mean?
But they seem a little responsible.
The only controller, bro, is your voice, bro. What's your thought right now, though? I don't know. My thought right now is fuck. Nah, you not fuck, bro. No. I didn't say I'm fuck. My thought is fuck. Like, damn, we like literally encompassed, and you in circle, and I'm just thinking in my mind of like, yo, what's the exit path? Not for us, but for everybody to make it out of this bitch.
Nah, they good. They'll be good.
I'm just saying, bro.
That's real. Damn, the Lakers still losing? It's crazy.
Instincts on back streets where they tearing up hearts like the guys in instinct.
Thank you. Ali, what's the word, my boy?
Oh, see your mother loves you.
Hold on. Thank you.
Niggas, they die every day. Fuck around, that's why the place is as a pipsqueak, living on survival instinct.
I heard y'all pulling up. I don't know if that was y'all riding the tricycle. I hear something.
What, with music playing?
No, I thought it was the car. Maybe it was the tricycle. Okay. You're speaking, y'all. Yeah,
Out the street, please and thank you. Stay out the street.
I think this is gonna be my first tattoo.
Jumped at the bed. Dap me up, nigga.
I love that shit for you, bro. Bro, give me a hug. I love that shit for you, gang. Oh, bro, I love that shit for you, bro. I love that shit for you. I be waiting.
Well. Yeah, but his album, that whole album ain't, that new J. Cole album ain't hitting on anything. It's not hitting on nothing. I still feel like it could have been way better than what it was. You know, so I don't think it's really like hitting on anything. Honestly. Let's see.
I'm home court.
Oh, of course.
As legendary guests in the building.
Man.
We not playing, you know what I mean? Legendary member of the legendary group, Goody Mob, Dungeon Family, you know what I mean? Big Gip, what's good with you, OG?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. That's good. We finally made it happen, bro. We've been hollering for a minute.
I'm a fan.
I appreciate that.
Everything you've been doing.
Thank you, brother.
I studied your history, and I was like, came up a lot like me.
Yeah, I
You know what
appreciate
mean?
that.
Like,
Yeah.
I see that you came up in that world that we came up in.
That's right.
And you was smart enough to, hey man, it ain't gonna catch me.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna do it.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? And
That's right.
it's great to see that you're a great representative for the West Side, man.
Man, thank you, brother. I appreciate
Be in
that.
the midst of anything, man, and still make your own personal decisions to keep on the right track.
Man, I appreciate that. Hey, salute. I appreciate that. I received that, brother. Thank you. Hey, this is one of my motivating factors right here.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
When you got, that's what people don't understand. When you got girls, man, it changes you. It's different when you have a girl than when you have boys. You know, boys pretty much are you. But when you have a girl, you have to slow down, speak. And it's more about y'all relationship, not more about, a physical thing with a girl.
No, that's right.
It's really taught me a lot.
That's right.
Being grown now.
That's right. So I want to ask you, man, growing up in Atlanta, I just want to touch on that a little bit. What was that like? What were your musical influences as well?
Growing up in Atlanta, man, I could say, growing up in Atlanta for a black kid during the 70s and the 80s and 90s, it was like Walt Disney World. And I say this because all I've ever gone
Dang, that he said like Walt Disney World.
all I've ever seen being my influencers, the people I looked up to, were people that look like me. Being able to see Andrew Young, being able to see Hosea Williams, being able to see, Dominique Wilkins, being able to see these guys all the time in your neighborhood, and they never walked amongst us and acted like they were higher than us. They always walked with the people. And I think that's something that the Dungeon family always took heed to, like, never walk above the people, walk with the people.
Right.
And I think that's also, it made us the people's champ, and it also made us enemies in the industry. Because we never let that part of us go. And growing up in Atlanta, it was, I can't say that most of us grew up like high middle class white people. And I say that because
so he grew up high middle class white.
Everything that I think you saw on TV that other people had. All of us had cars at 16.
Wow.
We had motorcycles and stuff like that at 14, 13 years old. Most of us, if we wanted to go to college, our parents went to college. My mother was a graduate from Clark, Atlanta University.
Wow.
My father was a soldier. So being able to come up in a household where you had a mother who was very, very articulate, very much about school, and then a father who was very disciplined, and very about rules, and you gonna listen to me and do what I say. It was you were scared of your parents then.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The respect for your parents was just totally different in those times. Grandmama was always the nucleus. Big mama was always the nucleus. My mother was from Rockmont, Georgia. So she was a country girl. My father's from Troy, Alabama. So he also was a country kid. But what's so special about him is that he went and joined the Army at 16 years old. So he was very much wanting to grow up faster, and my mother was very much wanting to leave the country and come to the city and become educated. And I just think as a kid, I went to private school up until about 3rd or 4th grade, and then I started saying, Mom, I want to go to private. I want to go to public school with everybody else. So it was like I started learning the differences between how we lived and others lived.
What's up, world? It's your boy Big Court of the Holding Court Podcast, and I am the co-founder of the OG Network. And if you're enjoying this episode, the full episode,
he made sure that even if you was a lower income family, you still stay next to people where you could learn and understand how you became better and influenced others to become better in your community. I think that's
that's real. You know what I'm saying?
Rico Wade stayed right up the street from me. So it was like how East Point is, it's a street called Headland. So on one side it's us, and then up the street, that was Delowe. So that was Headland and Delowe. So that's where Rico come from. That's where T-Boss from TLC come from. All us grew up together, same middle school, same high schools.
Wow.
I graduated with Chili from TLC. We was in the same history classes, and Cujo and Timo, we went to school together, and Cool Breeze and all of them, we grew up together, same neighborhood. So all of us really kind of like grew up in the same circumference.
Talk about Rico Wade and what he meant to Atlanta.
Rico meant everything to Atlanta because when you see Rico, you see a different version of Atlanta. It's like when we look at Atlanta, first you gotta start with Dallas Austin. He was the first at 16, 17 years old, jumped on the highway, went to LA and started working on Climax as a kid from Columbus, Georgia.
I didn't know that. He worked with Climax?
He was going to produce that whole first album.
Oh, wow. I Miss You and
all that.
In the Waiting Room, all that.
16, 17 years old.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So Dallas, and then here comes Jermaine Dupri. And then the next I have to speak about is Divine Stevens. Divine Stevens was the first artist signed to LaFace Records when LA Babyface came to Atlanta. And he was kind of like the the streets, the first version of it, but very much a dancer. So when you see Puff, when you see Mary J. Blige, that's Divine. Those dance moves, that was Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So like from there you get to Rico. Rico was like Malcolm X. A street kid. And we all went to middle school together. The first time I noticed Rico, I was in the 6th grade. Rico was already driving his own car. He already had his own car in 6th grade. And he kind of like left school.
That's crazy.
early
He already
because
had his own car in
his
6th
sisters.
grade.
So he would come up there and pick his sisters up and go back and work at Lamont Trades.
Damn, so hold on. So he already had his own car in the 6th grade. So in the 6th grade, how old are you? Like, what is that? Like 10 some shit? No, some like no, you young as hell. 6th grade. You said so he was already driving at the 6th grade and had a vehicle and everything at in the 6th grade. Damn, that's crazy.
Wow.
So he was having jobs and money and all that kind of stuff way before we even understood what that was. Getting his own clothes made, and he was just an extraordinary character as far as Atlanta culture, as far as East Point culture, and very dynamic. As a kid that had money early, he knew how to talk to grown people.
Yeah.
Differently than we did at that time. He could, like my dad said, you know, he could sell you a rock. You listen long enough, you know, sell it to you. And I think that was his quality, and that was his. It was a leadership in him that if he believed in you, he made you feel like you were better than what you were. So his quality for us, man, that's the Dungeon Master, Rico Waves.
Man, how does it feel that a lot of your peers, you know, y'all kids, and so many of your peers, y'all will become superstars? Like, that's crazy when you think about it. The odds, the ratio of how many stars of all of y'all, how many records sold, and the influence all of y'all had. Did y'all? I mean, I'm sure y'all didn't see that from that space of being middle school students.
Well, we didn't see that, but we, as kids, the superstars in Atlanta were the politicians, were the freedom fighters, those Martin Luther King, like nothing could beat that, you know. So to us, those were stars. But as a kid, I would say this: music was very, very big in Atlanta, and I think people don't know how big music actually was. The big stars of the 70s and 60s, they lived in Atlanta. I didn't know that Curtis Mayfield stayed in Atlanta. I didn't know that Cameo and all of them stayed in Atlanta. Larry Blackman, Isaac Hayes. I didn't know this as a kid, but Atlanta was the mecca for black stars to party.
What's up, world? It's your boy Big Court of the Holding Court Podcast, and I am the founder of the OG Network. Now listen, design meals delivered straight to your door. Month with Factor. New subscribers are...
My first experience with this, of wanting to be in the music business, I guess once rap started, I remember when the Fresh Fest first came through here, man. The first time I got to see Ice-T. The first time I got to see LL Cool J. And I remember they used to come to our mall to shop. And Greenbrier. So, like Bell Biv DeVoe, everybody would be at this mall shopping, Ice-T, and everybody. I remember I was like, man, I'm gonna go buy my first rap album. And I remember I went to the record store in Greenbrier, and the girl that sold me the record, Ice-T record, was the girl that was the lead singer for SOS Band.
Wow. Okay.
So when SOS Band hit in Atlanta, it was like, wow, like she was just in the
record store. Yeah.
And we all started looking like, well, we can do it too.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a club in our neighborhood called Mr. V's Figure Eight. What people don't know is her manager was Maynard Jackson's wife.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, Maynard Jackson was in politics and his wife was in music. So when we started seeing this, like this explosion of Atlanta music, we just instantly thought, like, we can do this. And another part of Atlanta that makes Atlanta special is that wrestling was real big in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Like WWF.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Like it was like Ric Flair and the Road Boys. My grandmother used to come here and she was a wrestling fan, like Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Real quick, who was your favorite wrestler back then in the 80s?
Oh man, there was so many. Like, you gotta say, my two favorite at that time had to be probably Ric Flair and Jerry Lawler, the King from Memphis.
Okay.
Memphis and Atlanta wrestlers were like our heroes. and the greatest thing about it was Abdullah the Butcher used to have a wing stop in our neighborhood. So we got to see Abdullah the Butcher all the time. And I think it was just the star quality of knowing that we could be bigger than just the average American.
Y'all had a reference point. You're able to see, it's what you see. If you grow up and all you see is pimps and, different things like that, then you model that. If you see dentists, doctors, you probably don't think you can do that.
You could do it.
So y'all had stars all around.
We had stars everywhere. And from politicians like the Street Cascade, that's where all of the freedom fighters stayed, from Andrew Young to all the mayors. So, their kids, Maynard Jackson, Buzzy, his son. Then you would get to see Andrew Young, Bo, his son. And all of us kind of grew up together. You know what I mean? All of us grew up together. It was a trip because even like being in high school, we used to cut school a lot. So we would cut school a lot and go over to each other's houses and have house parties. And I remember that was the first time I met Lil Jon. And it was like Lil Jon mom and dad was like a doctor and a lawyer, like the Cosbys. So it was like, we got to see each other as kids and understand that we was I would say just raised right. You know what I mean? Like understanding that it's rules, regulations, parents, and it's children.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's order. She didn't like that order. She didn't like that. Yeah, we from the Midwest, so we have the same sensibility,
And Nigerian influence.
And the Nigerian influence. Man, that's fascinating. You know what I love, and it's so crazy because it wasn't necessarily my experience. We've had so many guests from Atlanta, and y'all all tell the same story. Y'all had a mother, a father, professionals in your family, educated, and it's just crazy how the world wants us to believe, or wants the world to believe that that's not the norm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now I say it wasn't my experience. I mean, I grew up with my mom. I was raised by strong women. So I had my grandmother, my auntie, my mom, you know what I'm saying? But I say out of all it's almost the percentage is almost like 99% of y'all had strong family foundations, which is dope. That's dope to hear. Because I'll be honest with you, coming from Kansas City, most of my friends, we didn't have that. We didn't have our dad. Most of us didn't. And a lot of us was raised by grandparents too.
Right. It was a funny thing. The other part that made this experience kind of special was during the summers you had to go to the country. And that was the way that the city folks let you know that, hey, bro, it's another life out here. And I show it to you. And that's being with Big Mama on the dirt road. And you can't go nowhere. You got to go to sleep by 2 o'clock because the store is coming on. And, you got to, we go hunting at night with your uncles. And we would get up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. That was all the kids did. We would chase the dogs through the woods, the old men sit back walking with guns and stuff. And we would chase the dogs till we found the rabbit or the coon. So it taught us how to. They started teaching you how to survive off the land early as a kid.
Right.
You know, I used to have to go and pick blueberries and blackberries from Big Mama. You know, we used to have to chuck corn and all that kind of stuff. So it was just they was trying to teach you every type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And trying to make you understand that nothing is given. You either earn it or you won't have it.
Right.
And I think that's what we brought into the music game. Like our determination to be us and nothing else but us.
You know what? I have a random question. Just remember something. So I remember in the 80s, I'm in Kansas City, and I remember seeing on the news, and I remember even me being terrified in Kansas City. Talk about the Atlanta child murders and how was y'all scared at like?
Yeah, that was incredible, man, because it just like a time where black people were starting to advance even more in this city. And it scared a lot of people here. It scared a lot of people that wasn't, you know, used to seeing black people become powerful. And I think that time came because it was a black man here. He the one that really started he started his own airline. And I think when he started his own airline, it made a lot of the people in this city very, very scared of the black business. And that's when the kid thing started. You know,
So you think that it's a political connection with that?
It was always a political connection because it was almost like the only way that people felt like the establishment that used to run things, the only way they could get back at us, because it was almost like, yeah, you might.
So he was about to have, it was a black, man, that's crazy. He had his own airline.
If you ever met Wayne Williams and people that knew him in the neighborhood, he was always kind of a little strange, little nerdy kind of guy. Yeah, he probably could have did one or two, but the rest of that was done by the police. The rest of that was done by Klan. And we always knew that. You know, my father knew one of the kids. My father used to work for UPS, and he used to deliver in that neighborhood. And he knew one of the kids. And that was just a frightening time for parents during that time. I remember everybody had to go in by them street lights. Them street lights come on, everybody had to go inside.
That's a fact.
And it was a very, very scary period. But the difference, I think, between Atlanta and a lot of other cities, the elders were very much about protection. And I think that's what made people like Hosea Williams a king in this city, because he was like, oh, we'll take on all that action. Just point it out. Just point it out. And I think people didn't actually get to see that side of Atlanta until that Forsyth incident.
What's up, world? It's your boy Big Court of the Holding Court Podcast, and I am the co-founder of the OG Network. Google Play, Fire TV, and Apple Mobile. And again, if you're liking this and you want to watch the full episode, because we're only giving you a little bit over here, go watch the full episode on OG Network. Go.
Damn. So all of them pretty much grew up with good family backgrounds. All of them grew up with good family backgrounds. I would have never thought that.
That was a
Longest 2 weeks, so.
Yeah, so how did y'all feel about the Super Bowl?
Auto, save. Here we go. How are you guys? Blocked it. What the hell? Blocked it. Oh, man.
Alright, so y'all want to get on this motherfucker and lie for glory? Now, since my mama want to get in this shit, I'm finna send this group message of her sitting here talking about glory don't fuck with her and she ain't game for shit. And my dad is a broke ass trick over there who can't even afford
Bro,
to
really?
this motherfucker thing. So now, all the family business finna get out. I tried to leave and
Bro,
leave
really?
some shit out. If
Thought
I'm
that
making
was
you
bro,
look like a
really.
bad bird, that's because you are a bad bird. Because all I'm saying is facts.
She on some other shit. Like, this shit crazy.
Damn,
All for
Mom,
what,
you gonna
though?
go on there and lie like that? Look at today. God is good. Thanks, Mom, for everything. Damn, you expose your number. That's a number, right? That's a number, right? I'm so sick of this shit. Let me see if I can see anything else by calling him anymore. I'm sorry, Mom.
Damn.
I appreciate you. Let me see cash up. Let me see cash up. Damn, Mom. Damn, Mom. Now I gotta expose you like this, bro. I ain't know this shit would come to this shit, bro. How you put in this shit? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, be still, fool. 9-0, 2-2, 9, 8, 5, 1, 4. Where is it? What you got? Oh, you got it. Oh, you regret it. Hold on. Damn, that one. Hold on. You changed the motherfucker now. So now I can put it on live. That's her number. Hold on.
Yeah, bro, really on this bitch tripping.
Person so bad. I don't know why she got on live and lied. The receipts a motherfucker though, ain't it? Now it ain't no more lie, you exposed. The truth is out. You should just left it alone. I'm sorry to the book. Do some other shit. Go in a different way. Now the receipts are online. So now everybody know for a fact. And for you to get our parents to get on live and live, I'm protecting me by all costs. My mama should have never did that. Oh God, because y'all really trying to blemish my image. Go with the receipt saying it all, bro. That's our mama number. And they see that it's her number. Now what? Now what? What you gonna say?
Bro, really.
So I'm delusional. I'm a liar. I be capping. The receipts are on my timeline. Yeah, you really got her. How much you got her mama to say get on there and lie? Because I just saw her 13. I just saw her 13. How much did you give her to go on live and lie? But now, everybody see the real you. I was off you. I was off you. And you sit on live and lie. And my mama want to get on live and lie and cry and shit like that. Why y'all trying to make me like the bad person? Because I spoke up.
Damn, that's crazy.
Because I
Listen,
spoke up. Now I'm the bad person.
she just need to go ahead and get a job. Simple as that. She need a job. She need to get a job. What's up?
You must forget. But her messy ass did it on purpose. Now you looking stupid. You know I had your message, didn't you? Yeah, hold on. And that one, hold on. You changed the motherfucker now. So now I can put it on live. That's her number. Hold on. Y'all bitches gonna stop playing with me. And my mom gonna wish she ain't never do that shit. You should have stayed out of it. Okay. This is Wednesday, January. Oh, let me flip the camera around. Let me flip the camera around. Okay, she already changed the number, so excuse this broke ass. She already changed the number, right? This is mom. Hold on. This is mom, right? Cool. I'm trying to text. See if that motherfucker go through. It didn't go through, so she changed it. It's mom, right? It's a number, right? Ain't that a number? Okay, cool. Okay. She sending me sermons and shit with her hypocrite ass. This is another awesome sermon. I pray y'all need to stop coming for me, fool. Stop coming for me. I'ma listen to it, mom. Talk about God this and God this. You can raise a family like this any motherfucking way. She saw me $60. I was sending her some other shit. I'm trying to find another text message me saying, mom. Yeah, this what I told her. Her and my messy ass daddy. Stop mentioning me in my conversation with him trying to be funny. Y'all can stop poking this bird. You're not the
She on
boss of
some
me.
other shit.
But that's you per usual. Talk about yourself instead of everyone else. The exact reason I said I like this family. Now, who lying? Now who lying? Now who lying? Is y'all still Team Star what? Glory, I know, but she ain't give you much because she ain't been getting your shit really. I know she probably gave you probably like 9 or 8K to go on live and say that. I know she did that. Shit, I could have gave you that. I know she probably went on there and did that. I know she did that. These motherfuckers stressing me so, bro, they stressing me out. They stressing me out so bad to the point I'm getting a motherfucking ball spike. Call Sugar. Sugar, call Sugar. Call Sugar. Get this. I'm finna use this in my ball spot and see
Bro, Rilla out here going crazy. She pulling out money now. I mean, he pulling out money now. You know what I'm saying? Bro, Rilla is really going up. Like, this is, you know, like...
You in the business. And, like, the rest of everybody else. Like, these folks don't want to be seen. Like, you already talking about how you don't like being seen in your Malibu. But, okay, Mom, I'm going to ask you some questions. Y'all swear there was a fake screenshot. Mom, if I curse, don't mind me, okay? Okay, baby. Y'all swear that was so fake when I posted this screenshot of my mama thanking me for what I do to Mom. First of all, how do you feel about what's going on right now between your children?
Man, I'm about to end this whole live. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel.